Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Lost in the zone, another day in rent, in Hades' bone home. Both crackheads, no shelter in the night. Underworld gates, that eternal fright. Denials echo through torturous flight. Only face facts could have saved their plight. Lightning crack. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, heaven, stick to ruler, bound. Nice to see you. Mysterious gent, good morning. Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus wrath of the cruel dream. Let's go. Grand Rising Brown Sugar, Crocs, Fox, Nana's Tumor. Good morning. Let's go. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do. Gotta address some of these things going on out here in the world. All right. You're ready, Cabria? Welcome back. Nice to see you. Oh, yeah. Country's falling apart, and you know exactly why. It's not because of us Democrats. Don't blame us. We voted for Kamala Harris, right? Don't blame the Democrats. Egg prices are going up. Sorry. Used car prices, they're going up. Don't blame the Democrats. We tried. Mass deportations, don't blame the Democrats. Please don't do it. All right? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I mean, what else can you say, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, this is where we have ended up as a country, but we'll get into that in just a quick second, all right? Yeah. Let me get situated this morning. What's going on, Gary? Deportations are not the Democrats' idea. Good morning, Brother Swerve. And yes, please tap the screen. Share the live, all right? Because we got to get this truth out there, all right? No one's going to get it out here like us. All right, yes. No, right, Bounce? No one's going to get it out here like us, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. That's what I thought. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. Welcome to the Thunderdome. You know what happens in the Thunderdome. A lot of information comes out, and I tell you, you don't know which way it's coming, but please get your defenses up, all right? Because we're going to get this truth out here and make sure people understand what's really going on in this country. Ziggy, you said that I'm a liar. I haven't even gotten started yet. All right, Ziggy, but if you want, send me a guest request. I'll bring you right up. And we'll drill, baby, drill, and lower your taxes, right? Good morning, Ange. We'll drill, baby, drill. Actually, I'm the best at drill, baby, drill, to be quite honest, Ziggy. So if I were you, I wouldn't try it. All right? But before we get started with today's show, you know what I got to do. Let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, those of you like Ziggy, let me introduce myself. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And you know why they call me Triple H? Well, the first H is because I'm honest. The second H is because I'm humble. And then the last and final H, Ziggy, is because you know it like everyone else does. I am and will always remain the most handsome. Tell them, Cambria. And you know exactly what we do over here on this side of TikTok, all right? On this side of town, we hold our so-called friends on the right accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. It's a never-ending commitment towards helping make this country be the best it can be, all right? We've made a lot of progress. I am aware of that, but we got a long way to go. And so what that means is we got to set aside the identity politics, all right? And really, let's address the issues that are holding Americans back, all right? Issues like egg prices, issues like gas prices, right? Issues like, what else is out there? The price of bacon and those hamburgers. You know, you go to McDonald's and all of a sudden McDonald's has jacked the price. Those are the real issues that I think are holding this country back. Yeah, computers, laptops, your smartphones, all of these things, which, are projected to go up. Issues like mass deportation, issues like terrorists, right? All of which the next administration, Trump's administration, will be working hard to make sure every single one of you Americans ends up spending all of your money, all right? Because you're not going to have any 401ks left when Donald Trump is done with you. You're not going to have any savings. We're heading towards a 1929 style depression, one like you've never seen. Donald Trump's going to be worse than Herbert Hoover. And he's not bringing peace, he's bringing war. Congratulations, MAGA. Congratulations, MAGA. So, if you are a Trump supporter and you don't like the way this country is heading, thank you, Taylor. If you're a Trump supporter out there and you don't like the way that this country is heading, blame yourself, all right? And you might want to leave this live because I have no reason to hold back now when it comes to telling the truth. The election is over. I voted for Kamala Harris. You can't blame me. A lot of us voted for Kamala. You can't blame us. So if you don't want to hear the truth and you know exactly who you are, listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And that's going to be my message to every... Because y'all have no idea how bad this is going to get for you. No idea. Ever since Trump won the election, story after story about how terrible things are for his supporters keep coming out. You wouldn't believe this story, ladies and gentlemen. We got a couple of stories that we got to get into. I'm not letting go of mass deportations, all right? I'm not letting it go because I saw how many Hispanic people voted for Donald Trump. And, I'm a person that's all about promoting diversity and being inclusive and helping to make this country better. All right. That's just where my heart is. And I do believe through diversity, you get some of the richest answers and the richest solutions. And this is really what makes America a great country. That's where my values are. But after I saw the results of this election, assuming it wasn't rigged, which means millions of people went out and voted for this, I had to take a step back and I said, well, what's going on with my Latin brothers and sisters? Why would you vote for somebody that wants to do mass deportations? It made absolutely no sense to me. So I don't have the answers in terms of what it will take to actually get everyone back to come together and recognize, this was a terrible idea. But I do have examples. To tell you, show you how people are now starting to have second thoughts about voting for Donald Trump. The first example that I want to bring up today is, how many of you heard about Nippon Steel in West Pennsylvania? They are, the U.S. Steel is in West Pennsylvania. Nippon, this is a company from Japan. How many of you have heard about this? Let me give you a little bit of the backstory. This company from Japan wants to purchase Nippon Steel, all right, in Pennsylvania. And they have a little podcast called Steel Stories by U.S. Steels. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this because there's a message in all of this, all right? And it involves what Donald Trump is currently doing, all right? But listen to why they want to sell the company to this Japanese company.
And I joined Nippon Steel in 1983, so it's over 40 years now.
Listen to this.
Wow, that's great. Okay. Thank you for telling us that, Dave.
Well, hi, I'm Dave Barrett, President and CEO of U.S. Steel. We have operations in Europe as well as the United States. We have a North American flat roll business, a tubular business, a mini mill business, and then a business in Europe and Slovakia.
So we have Dave Barrett, CEO and Representative Director and Vice Chairman Takahiro Mori, talking about the strategic alliance between U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel. All right. And they're forging a partnership to reshape the industry and to secure a brighter future. All right.
Nippon Steel is planning to buy U.S. Steel. We're here to talk about that deal and help our viewers, listeners understand it better.
Thank you.
Maybe, Dave, you could start by telling us Why did U.S. Steel want to sell the company in the first place?
That's a really good question. We actually get that question a lot, but I can tell you, we weren't looking to sell the company. That was not on our radar screen.
Okay.
We had been performing extraordinarily well. If you look at the business some 10 years ago, we'd been losing an average of $2 million a day for 5 years. And then we've made as much as $11 million a day with all-time records in safety and quality and delivery. And so we really felt good with where we were, and we were climbing this mountain of CapEx, putting in the best mini mill in the world with Big River Steel. And as we climbed that mountain of CapEx with a whole bunch of spend, we're coming over the hill, and then we got some unsolicited bids. And so what we decided that we'd run a process. We had a strategic process, which would include maybe we keep running the company. Our duty, our fiduciary duty, our legal obligation is to do what's in the best interest of stockholders. So as it turns out, what's in the best interest of stockholders is to sell to Nippon. We have a duty to do what's right for our stockholders.
We have a duty to do what's right for our stockholders. So this is all about that green, that cash. They're selling it to a Japanese company, MAGA. Oh my gosh. I mean, you got to go listen to this podcast, Steel Stories by U.S. Steels, all right? Just go onto their website and you can find more. What's also interesting is you go into their website and they got some great advertisements in terms of justifying why this sale is necessary, all right? Let me see if I can get you one of those commercials, all right? Let me see if we can do that. Highlight the... No, I don't want to do that one. Okay, yeah, let's talk about the partnership. This is a good one, all right? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Does Pennsylvania need the U.S. Steel-Nippon merger? It protects thousands of union jobs. It saves 1,000 headquarters jobs. And keeps U.S. Steel in Pittsburgh. It helps decarbonize steel production.
Okay, so this helps unions. This helps jobs. This partnership, it helps unions, it helps jobs, it strengthens the United States national security.
Nippon's billion-dollar commitment to upgrade U.S. Steel's aging equipment.
Updating equipment? Wow.
Will secure union jobs for generations and create thousands of construction jobs.
Okay.
The U.S. Steel-Nippon merger keeps steel in the Steel City.
Okay, so it seems like everyone's on board with this merger, this partnership. Japanese steel with U.S. steel, all right? So now let's get into some of the politics, all right? And don't worry, we're going to get to the boos and the shames, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump, 3 days ago, goes onto his social media platform, all right? And listen to this. This is what he writes. I am totally against the once great and powerful U.S. Steel being bought by a foreign company, in this case, Nippon Steel of Japan. This is what Donald Trump said. Through a series of tax incentives and tariffs, we will make U.S. Steel strong and great again. And it will happen fast. As president, I will block this deal from happening. Buyer beware. Woo! How do you like that, MAGA? How do you like that? So that's what Donald Trump did. Now you got to ask yourself, what was U.S. Steel's reaction to Donald Trump posting this? Well, would you like to hear it? Because these people voted for Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen. These people voted for Donald Trump. Let's go ahead and get it on file. All right. Let's see what do we got here.
Two leaders of the Steelworkers Union, along with the mayor of West Mifflin, spoke out in support of the Nippon deal at a forum in Washington, D.C. Now, one of those union leaders also spoke at a Trump rally shortly before the election. He says he was shocked to hear the president-elect come out so strongly against the deal so soon after the election.
Very frustrated with the news that came out last night. I thought, I didn't think that, I didn't expect that to come out. So that was like a gut punch.
Union leaders at the...
Did you hear what he said? He said it was like a gut punch. Oh, you just took the air out of me, Donald Trump. What are you talking about? I had so much of that money coming in with this deal. We were going to upgrade our facilities, upgrade our equipment. We were going to get jobs like you never believe. And we voted for you, Donald Trump. And what did you do? You gave me a gut punch. I want to hear that again.
Come out so strongly against the deal so soon after the election.
Very frustrated with the news that came out last night. I thought, I didn't think that, I didn't expect that to come out. So that was like a gut punch.
Union leaders at the U.S. Steel Irvin Works say 95% of their members are in favor of the Nippon merger, and many of them were at the Trump rally in Pittsburgh the day before the election. The union leaders say they were initially skeptical of the deal, but they came around after meeting with Nippon officials during the summer. Nippon pledged to spend $1 billion to upgrade the 86-year-old hot strip mill at Irvin Works. West Mifflin's mayor says one job at Irvin Works supports another 7 jobs in his community.
$1 billion investment creates 5,000 additional jobs over a period of 4 to 5 years. And then it produces a better outcome, which means you're going to employ more people. You're going to use more American products and more steel workers. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
The Nippon deal must be cleared by a committee at the Treasury Department before it can move forward. That committee is expected to make a decision before the end of the month.
Thank you.
Reporting from Braddock, Paul Van Osdol.
Thank you. Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Trump supporters are already regretting voting for Donald Trump, all right? And so, you know what we got to do, because unfortunately, you can't blame the Democrats, right, Lisa? We voted for Kamala Harris. We would have tried to help you get this thing through and probably been very supportive of it, all right? Because we understand how important it is to take care of our fellow Americans. But unfortunately, MAGA, this is the world you created, and you make your bed hard, you got to lay in it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire, all right? And you know exactly what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve. A round of, you guessed it, booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah, I mean, it's the gift, ladies and gentlemen. It's the gift that keeps on giving, all right? And you can't make this stuff up, all right? Now, shout out to one of my good friends that sent me this video, all right? I told you I was going to talk about, and then I'll open up the box, and we'll get straight into some of these conversations. And again, I'm not fear-mongering. I'm really sharing with MAGA information that's happening out there. And you could not be happier. TSB, please send me a guest request, TSB. I would love to talk to you. Because I don't know why you're happy about American suffering. I don't understand why you're happy about that. But if that's what makes you happy, if you like it, I love it. I mean, I'm not affected by it, but because, you heard this is Trump supporters. They voted for him. And this is what he's doing to them. He doesn't want them to get those jobs. He doesn't want them to have those health care benefits. He doesn't want to see the company grow. He doesn't want to make U.S. Steel great again. He wants to make it worse. So, yeah. I know I said it earlier, but the other thing that I'm going to make sure we beat the drum about is mass deportations. A Missouri lawmaker is proposing a bounty program. Could you hear about this? That would pay out citizens for reporting illegal immigrants to assist President-elect Donald Trump's mass deportation plans, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this stuff up.
How about this next one? A proposed bounty hunter bill is putting the spotlight on immigration in Missouri. It aims to hand out big bucks for those handing over undocumented immigrants. And the man behind it is Republican State Senator-elect David Gregory. And it's already faced...
So it's a Republican, all right? It's a Republican behind this, MAGA. So don't get into my box and start doing all of that race baiting that you all love to do. Again, you can't blame the Democrats. We voted for Kamala.
Backlash. News Nation's Xavier Walton joins us live with more. Xavier, this sounds like something from the Wild Wild West. Is this even legal?
Hey, Marky, good morning. Anytime you start throwing out the word bounty, you certainly think about the Wild Wild West. But right now, as of right now, this is merely a proposal in the Missouri State Legislature offering up cold, hard cash, if you will, for people to turn in undocumented immigrants. We are talking about Senate Bill 7-2. We're going to break it down for you. It would create an online portal for the public to report undocumented immigrants to the state's highway patrol. If that call or, say, message leads to an arrest, that person who notified authorities would be eligible for a $1,000 reward. SB 72 would also create a Missouri illegal alien certified bounty hunter program, allowing everyday citizens to become bounty hunters for immigrants without the proper documents. Funding would come from the state, and immigration attorneys are already raising red flags.
I don't know how you do something like this without just stopping every brown person and demanding to see their papers. You're going to have some Puerto Rican walking down the street, gets tackled, and people are going to be like, we caught one. And they don't know that Puerto Ricans are Americans.
All right, obviously this comes as President-elect Donald Trump has promised mass deportations on illegal immigrants on day one. Trump saying repeatedly he would utilize the military to deport nearly 11 million people believed to be in the United States illegally. Now, some Democratic mayors of sanctuary cities like LA, Chicago, and Denver say they plan to defy those deportation orders. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston even saying he's not afraid of being jailed for resisting mass deportations. To that, Trump's Suit for Borders czar Tom Homan says, quote, he's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail. Now, the new session for Missouri lawmakers to weigh in if the bounty program could become a reality actually starts on June 8th. But Marky, this really does point to something else. States are already preparing preemptively for when Donald Trump takes office on January 20th and starts with those mass deportations, Marky.
Yeah, bingo. So, you hear that, MAGA? Do you see what you've done to yourselves? Imagine, you ever seen a child, they soiled their own pants, they messed up their diaper. That's what MAGA looks like right now. You've made your lives hell. All of it because you hate Democrats. You hate Joe Biden that bad, huh? You hate Joe Biden so much. You're willing to spend over $100 on groceries just on eggs alone. You're willing to up your utility bill costs. You're willing to get into World War 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All because you hate. You're gonna lose everything you've loved. I'm so sorry, but I'm not at this point. All right. So now that we've gotten that out there, and you see how I did that, I wasn't fear mongering, ladies and gentlemen. I just played you all the information that you can go look up yourself and let you know this is exactly what you're going to be dealing with, not me. Now that we've gotten that out there, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to come up here and issue a public apology, please put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up. If you're a Trump supporter, you want to come up here and apologize to Big Zeus and the Democrats for what you've done. Send a guest request because you know you're wrong. You know you made a mistake. Eric, you don't think you owe America an apology, Eric, still? Oh, thank you, James. I'm so glad James was the one brave enough. James is having what I call a come to Zeus moment. Thank you, James. Come on up here, James, and let's get that public apology out of the way. Hi, James. If you want to talk, send a guest request. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. Many people know who I am. They know I don't shy away from a good conversation. Hi, James.
What's up?
You put a 1 in the chat. I suppose, number one, you voted for Donald Trump, correct?
I did. I just want you to know Trump is your king. Trump is your slave master. And Trump owns you currently.
Where are you from, James?
I'm from the great state of Indiana. Where are you from?
Well, Biden is your slave master.
No, I don't think so. Biden's on his way out.
No, let me ask you a question,
James.
James, let me ask you a question. Would you be willing to get into these fields and let President Biden crack a whip on your back, James? Well, look at that, James. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, James is clearly possessed with the MAGA demon. James, nothing you say bothers Zeus at this point because you're the one that's living in hell, not me. And so what I'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'll warm that lake of fire up for James. James wants to be, he wants to be what he says on the plantation. So I'll help him get there. Let me roll my sleeves up for you, James. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know how this goes. I try not to play identity politics with these Trump supporters, right? But they love identity politics. Join me in sending James, racist James, straight into the lake of fire. Let's give him a round of booze and shame. am I getting under your skin that bad to where now you're back to identity politics? I thought you won the election, James, and you should be celebrating. You should be out there parading. He's about to pardon the prisoners and all this. I mean, the hostages, right? You should be happy. You should be thrilled. But I know why you're being like you are, James. I know why you're playing identity politics, because it scares you when I talk about the real things that are about to happen to you, right? That's what's doing it. That's what's doing it. When I struck a chord, yeah, your pockets are going to be hurting, James. And you can play identity politics all you want. It's not going to help you. You saw what happened with U.S. Steel, all right? You can try to act like that's not going to hurt you, James, but it's going to hurt. And you won't be able to blame the Democrats, because guess what? I voted for Kamala Harris. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and you want to come up here and apologize. Their pockets are hurting now. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and you want to come up here and apologize. Or you might actually, you feel like maybe Zeus is getting it wrong, all right? And you see what I brought up. We brought up the Nippon Steel situation where these are Trump supporters who want to do the deal because it's going to benefit them. And they're going, Donald Trump just punched me in the gut by saying he doesn't want to approve this deal, even though we went to his rallies and supported him. Yeah. Or the bounty program for mass deportations. Yeah. You all didn't understand. You opened up that door for Donald Trump to do this. He's not going to hold back this time. He's learned from the first time he was in office that you can't just do a half measure. You got to do a full measure, whatever it is that you're doing. All right, let me bring up the next panelist. I thought it was God that judges people. Zeus thinks he's in charge of judging people. Ken, why don't you come up here? Ken, let's have that conversation, Ken. I don't get why you said such a thing, all right? I mean, you are in the kingdom, and I run the kingdom, Ken, and yes, somebody has to do it. All right? Someone has to do this, Ken, all right? Because you don't even have the ability to think critically. You're one of these people, like the guest that I brought up yesterday, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. Why'd you vote for Donald Trump? No real elaborate thoughts, no complicated way of rationalizing things. Why'd you do it? Oh, because he wasn't a Democrat. What? What? So you're going to vote for somebody who you know is a bad person simply because they're not a Democrat. You're not even evaluating the person's qualifications at all. If we were running a business, I wouldn't have any of you on the hiring panel. You know what? I got to give Tiny Tank Top Tim a round of booze and shame again. That was sick. That was sick. Get out of here. Silence, you MAGA. All right. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat and I'll bring you right on up here. All right. And I want to have, we can have a civilized conversation, but if you do all of that identity politics stuff, I'm just going to drop you because we don't got time for that. This country is on fire and you got nobody out here trying to stop it. All right. The chosen one, welcome. How are you?
Hi, Zeus. How are you?
I'm all right. Who is this? Have we spoken before?
No, actually, no. This is my first time in your life.
Okay. What part of the country are you from?
I am from, I believe it's Nebraska.
Nebraska. You believe you believe it's from Nebraska?
Yeah, I'm just joking. Yes, I am from Nebraska. Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you voted for Donald Trump?
The greatest president to ever live in this country. Yes, the greatest president. He is the greatest president in the world. Yes.
What makes Donald Trump the greatest president in the world? I've never heard anybody say it like that. I mean, and I know you said it with conviction, so you really believe it. What makes him the greatest president
I believe it. Absolutely, I believe it. I believe it 100%. And I don't understand why you liberals, like even in the chat, you guys are so angry. Why are you so angry?
Who's angry?
Don't be angry. Everyone in the chat is like crazy. Just don't be angry.
She's not a Trumper? Somebody said she's not a Trumper.
I'm not. Did somebody call me a she?
Yeah.
I identify as a male.
Oh, okay. Well, how about this?
Thank you.
There you go. Well, you know what I identify as? That seemed a little weird. All right, that's a lot. Yeah. She's faking. Thank you, chat. Thank you. All right, thank you. Yeah. Oh, okay. So she's not from Nebraska. She's using an AI voice. That was weird. Definitely weird. Well, you know what? I'm glad you all helped me hold that MAGA demon accountable. Guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Unfortunately, you got to try better than that to get through us in the kingdom. Right, ladies and gentlemen? Join me in sending the previous guest, the chosen one, who's clearly a liar. And you know what's worse than being a liar is when you're an imposter and you're using AI? Wow. Are you that ashamed to identify yourself as a Trump supporter? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending the chosen one straight to the lake of fire. Wow. We didn't even get anywhere.
Silence, you MAGA baby.
Oh my gosh.
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it. Translation?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Thank you. I don't know what was going on with that previous guest, but yeah, radar did go off. When they get up here and, are you from Nebraska? Well, where are you from? I think Nebraska. Okay. Well, yeah, that's weird. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. Oh, you're not ashamed of being a Trump supporter? All right, Wesley, come on up here, Wesley, with your 2 followers. Let's see how proud you are of being MAGA. Good morning, Tinkerbell. How are you? I invited you, Wesley. All right, I'll bring him another one. William, I've invited you. I mean, this is so bizarre. This is so bizarre. I guess I scared a lot of you this morning with that breaking news about what is it? Donald Trump and U.S. Steel. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter and you want to come up here and defend your daddy. All right, we don't got all morning to do this show. Oh, Wesley, welcome. Jesus Christ, Wesley, come on.
Can you hear us?
Wesley, there's a lot of noise. What are you doing?
I ain't doing nothing.
Well, who was that before that said, can you hear us?
That's my wife.
Are y'all driving?
We're in the car.
Okay, I turned it off.
You turned what off? Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So I got 2 for 1. Okay, I got it. We got 2 for 1. How can I help you both this morning?
I don't really think you can help me at all.
What part of the country are you from?
I'm in Arkansas.
Arkansas, all right. I've heard some interesting stories, but you know what? It's part of the United States. Shout out to Arkansas. Now, you both voted for Donald Trump as a couple.
Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why? Yeah.
His policies.
I think, Mrs. Wesley, if you mind, I feel like you may have been pressured into doing that, but deep down inside, you were probably saying, I don't think this is a great idea, but in order to keep my relationship with this crazy man, I'm going to do it. That's how I think you went in there.
No, as a female,
then why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Because you know I'm right?
No, I'm not laughing.
Oh, I thought I heard you.
I did not want Kamala in there. Because, all right, she was the border czar for 4 years. All right, we've got open borders. Do you not think that borders are important to secure a country?
I hear
Without
you.
borders, you don't have a country.
I completely agree with you both, right? Without borders, you don't have a country.
Right.
But I don't agree with the way Donald Trump is talking about basically enforcing our borders, right? I mean, don't you think there is a more humane way of addressing the underlying issue than to demonize people for just being in here and for being in here and just trying to have a better life? I mean, isn't that the American dream that we were talking?
There is a better way. You got to get your citizenship papers. You got to come in legally.
Yeah, and there's people who've done that.
You get exported out.
Listen. Here's the thing. Okay, I understand that people want to come in and make money seasonally if they go back to their country. I get that.
Yeah.
But okay, when you come in and you're here illegally, you're already
breaking the law.
You're already breaking the law. So
and that's the part. That part is what a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think they're just criminals if they actually, do violent crimes and steal, but they ignore this part where if you did not get proper approval to be here, you're a criminal. A lot of people, and they think they're good because they're like, I'm not a criminal, I'm not breaking any laws, I'm just working. But they're criminals, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're breaking the law.
And so I'm glad we can have this honest conversation about this. But there's also a little more to this story, a lot more information that I think gets ignored.
Okay.
Yesterday, okay, fair enough. All right, let me see if I can get it. So there's ways undocumented immigrants are helping this country out. Would you agree? You know of some of these ways, right? Because obviously somebody's benefiting from them being in this country, right?
Yes.
Businesses and things like that. So when it comes to agriculture, undocumented workers make up 25% of the farm workers.
So why do you call them undocumented immigrants when they are illegal aliens? Why have we changed the terminology of that?
To me, that's an excellent question. I don't necessarily have the answers in terms of why they play games with the issue like that. But bottom line is they don't have paperwork, but they're working, right? And I don't think people like you know that.
Oh, I don't know that?
They're here working to help keep inflation down, all right? Because somebody has to do this work, and you're an American, I'm an American. I'm not getting out there and doing that work. Are you?
He had just said there are people that come across the borders and.
But did you hear my question? Did you hear my question?
I heard.
Somebody's not going to do. I'm not getting out there and doing that kind of work. Are you?
No,
so
okay.
Somebody got to do it. 25% of undocumented workers, all right, are on the farms. And guess what? The majority of these workers are overworked and put in at least 10 hours of work per day in arduous conditions to feed American families. Think about that.
I've already thought about it.
Imagine these people being taken off of those farms. That's just something to think about. Buildings, groundskeeping,
if they
and
want to come here
maintenance.
seasonally and take money back to their families, that is one thing.
I mean,
they're coming here and they're not going back.
No. I get what you're saying, but you're not speaking to the entire community of people. You're maybe speaking about a small subsection of these people, right? But we can agree that there are people here that are undocumented, or as you might refer to them as illegal, but they're working. And there's no real way to go outside and just look and say you're legal or you're not legal until you actually bring them in and process them and check their immigration status. So this is going to be the issue. You're going to have to go based on how you see a person and how they look, and then drill down and actually verify what's going on. And if you subject, I say Americans to this, you're going to end up getting the people you're looking for, but you're also going to end up getting some Americans that have nothing to do with what you're doing. And that, to me, is why this mass deportation thing is definitely not a good thing, right?
Do you think that the mass deportation, the mass immigration, people crossing the borders that are fully open right now, okay.
But it's hard to process this, right? Don't you understand how the wool has been pulled over your eyes a little bit? Because if you would have realized, like,
wait a minute, the wool's been pulled over my eyes when there's women that's been raped.
All right, we got to use graped. We got to use graped on TikTok. We got to keep it friendly language on TikTok. Okay. All right. I don't want to stop the thought, but we don't want to get the live taken down. I get it. Gotcha. I believe there's criminals. Let's just use that. There's criminals in that group. Right? Yes. We got a huge group of people that are undocumented, but I would say it would be wrong to blanket all of them as criminals in the sense of what the crimes you were describing. There's some good people out there that are helping keep inflation low.
Well, and see, okay, when Trump
helping with construction,
said there are good people on both sides.
No, I'm not
completely wrong.
I'm not going to go there with Charlottesville right now with you, all right? And by the way, I just wanted...
There's good people on both sides.
No, Wesley.
You took that completely wrong.
Wesley, I don't want to get into that just yet. I just want to stick to immigration. And by the way, the audience wanted me to point out to you that Kamala Harris was never the border czar, all right? I just want you to know that, all right? But let's keep the conversation going, all right? Because I think we're getting somewhere. So here's the deal. You know they help out on farms. You know they help out with 17% of U.S. construction workers' jobs. I've had real Republicans get on my show and acknowledge that they hire people who are undocumented to work in their construction companies, right? You know the face of the company is a Republican. But the workers, you know they are, in some cases, undocumented, or in your as you say, illegal. They're not criminals, like, going out and committing bad things. They don't have all their paperwork together, but they're working hard. They're contributing to the economy, and Republicans are actually benefiting from their cheap labor. So we're talking about 25% on the farms. We're talking about 17% in terms of construction. Food and preparation services, they work that. They do maintenance on jobs. They also pay a lot of money in taxes. You go out and you buy groceries, you pay taxes. These people pay taxes. So the question now becomes, are you aware that if you get rid of 11 million people, there's going to be a void when it comes to getting the work done? And if you pay a person like Wesley and Mrs. Wesley, I don't think you're going to do it for $8 an hour. You're probably going to ask for 30 to 40 at least to get you at least to show up at the farm. Now, once they start talking about, hey, I need you to work 10 hours. It's 95 degrees and hotter, but I need you to do it. I think you're going to say, I need $80 an hour. Correct?
So what you're saying is American people are lazy.
I didn't think of it that way. But what would you say?
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm lazy. I've been in my job for almost 20 years. And
All
I don't
right,
feel like I'm lazy.
Congratulations on that. That's very successful. But you don't want to get out there in that field, correct?
I get out there every day.
What do you
deal
do?
with the heat. I deal with the cold. Okay, believe it or not, I work for the federal government. I know that may be crazy for you to think of because, someone that works for the federal government's not supposed to be a conservative, right?
No. You're an American.
I deliver mail. I'm out in the cold. I'm out in the heat.
All right. I mean, that's still a job. That's still a way to provide for yourself and your family. I'm not gonna minimize the importance of your contribution, sir. You're an American too, but I think there has to be some recognition that these other people that I don't want to say you, but I think I gotta say it. You've all been demonizing them as criminals. There needs to be some recognition that not all undocumented people.
I'm not demonizing anybody.
No, not everybody is a criminal that's coming over the border. Some people just want a better life.
Right, but you said if they don't have their paperwork, they're a criminal. But because
they're breaking the law.
But you now understand they're helping though. They're helping you when you go and buy your groceries, right? You say that they're high now because of this guy, Joe Biden. But if you think this all the way through, right, and this is where I think we'll have a better understanding of why I say the things that I say, then if you get rid of these people and you put Americans in those jobs, you're going to have to pay the American people more money than you pay those people, right? And if you do that, that means the cost of those groceries you're buying is going to go higher. I don't know about you, but I don't have any extra money to allocate like that. Right?
Well,
I mean, so how do you all process that on your end, right? I mean, I think to me, if you get rid of if the mass deportations do happen, I just want all of the Trump supporters to understand there's a good chance your cost of living is going to increase.
the cost of living is not going to increase.
What if it does, though, because of the things that I've shared with you, right? I'm not pulling your leg. I'm describing to you how this has to work. Either
we all know what happened over the last 4 years. And so I don't even get, you don't have a valid point at this point.
Wait. The pipelines were open in the United States. Prices were down on everything. Okay, the pipelines got closed. Prices went up on everything. Gas prices are up. Everything you go to the grocery store goes up.
But do you think where did you get that from?
Where did I get it from?
About the pipeline, yeah, because I don't have a way of verifying that. And I'm not saying she's wrong, but I don't think that's the real reason why the prices went up, right? I think there's a little bit more to the story.
Well, for one, January 20th of 2020, Inauguration Day with Biden, he announced that he was closing down the pipelines.
Mm-hmm.
And so how can you not know that?
Okay, so
are you talking about was it a Keystone pipeline and the permits things? I don't think that had any issue. As a matter of fact, I think if you were paying attention, I know we're doing more drilling than we've ever done in American history right now.
Okay.
So obviously it's not just the gas or the pipeline that's contributing to it.
Okay.
I think it plays a role, but I think ignoring the pandemic, right? I mean, we had supply chain issues during the pandemic. You remember all of that? We had the national lockdowns. COVID. You remember the tissue crisis, the toilet tissue?
Yeah, well,
okay, but all right, there's this. All right,
baby, shut up. Let me.
You don't gotta say shut up like that. Come on, Wesley. Come on, we gotta be nicer.
Okay, go ahead.
Come on now, show women. You gotta be respectful. Come on now.
My bad. Go ahead, make your point.
No, go ahead.
No, it's your time. Go ahead. He told me to shut up.
I didn't say those words. I didn't say those words, Wesley. But
But okay.
I have my mom listening to the show, and so I gotta, we gotta make sure we keep things on the up and up, so I don't get in trouble. Fair enough.
You cool, dude, man.
Thank you.
But when the pipelines were shut down, though, we're paying terrorist countries to supply our fuel.
Really?
Yes.
So let me understand this. Are we done addressing Are we at least done addressing the immigration issue? And now we're moving on to something else? I mean, and because I'm one of these people that I can really only just talk about one, I call them conspiracies at a time.
Okay, let's go about
why do you call it conspiracy?
Okay,
let's talk about the pipeline now.
Okay, well, I call them conspiracies because they don't necessarily compute on my end in terms of being credible, right? It sounds good when you listen to it, but when you actually do the thought and you think it all the way through, you realize it's just a talking point that really is designed to gaslight people into supporting Donald Trump's and his crazy ideas. So before we move on to the pipeline,
so do you know what the word gaslight even means?
I do, but again, let's wrap up the immigration issue. Can we just acknowledge that if you do mass deportations, 11 million people, you're going to get rid of a good chunk of America's workforce?
Well, okay.
So
can you acknowledge that we're going to get rid of, okay, we don't call it that word, but people that have done bad things. We're going to get rid of some bad people.
But okay,
they don't need to be here.
Okay, but again, they don't represent the universe of all undocumented people. Remember, you're talking about the universe of undocumented people. The people you're trying to go after, they are a small portion, a very, very small portion of the entire group.
Look, I get it.
Okay, so you're going to throw out the baby with the bathwater is kind of what this sounds like to me. And I'm trying to make sure you and I are on the same page.
Yes, I think we are on the same page. Look, I get it that there are people here that are coming here for a better life. And you know what? I'm all up for that. If you want to come here for a better life, America is the greatest place ever to exist to make that happen. It's the American dream. Like, you want to come here, you want to make a better life, great. That's wonderful.
Right.
But come here legally. Don't come across illegally, because we don't know who you are. We don't know what your background is.
Because
we
there are
don't know.
terrorists that come across illegally.
But again, you and I are agreeing on that. I think the part that is, to me, it's not really help. I'm not understanding why this connection is so difficult, right? We agree if you are here and you're breaking the law, you're a criminal, and if necessary, you might need to be deported, right? I get that, especially if you're doing like violent crimes, things that aren't really contributing towards this country being a better place. But if you are just in this country undocumented and you're working, I think that there needs to be some grace. If you're here undocumented and you're working and your boss is a Republican profiting off of you doing that work, why are we spending so much time going after the little people, when the real issue, in my opinion, would be why are these Republicans hiring these folks? Why not go out and hire folks like Mr. and Mrs. Wesley? Right?
So what you're saying is Republicans are taking advantage of a lower class and, someone that'll work for less money. Is that what you're saying?
I think all of us are kind of coming to that realization together, right? Because I'm a man that you just look at the numbers on the spreadsheet. W. Cambria in the chat. If you're looking and you're going, I need to make a profit, the number one assignment would be you have to keep your overhead costs low. And then factor in ways, I guess, to build in your profit margin, so to speak. Correct? And if somebody comes into your office and says, hey, the cost of doing business is about to go up exponentially, that's going to eat into your profits, right?
Yeah.
So what's going to eat into these Republicans' businessmen's profits is if you get rid of these undocumented people who are here illegally but working, then you're going to have to replace them with people who are going to charge them more for the labor. And I would be in the back office going, well, I was making millions and millions of dollars last year. Now you're telling me I'm going to take a hit? Oh, no. I got to do something to recover. And guess what I would do? I'd say, Mr. and Mrs. Wesley Hill, the cost of whatever you've been buying from me isn't that anymore. It's going up because I've had to hire more people. And it costs me more to hire them, so I got to pass that cost on to you. That's what I would do. And I'm a Democrat.
Oh, that's obvious.
So this is why I'm done with the identity politics. I get it. We're on different sides of the spectrum. We're on different sides of the aisle. But I think honest conversations need to be had about what Donald Trump.
It is good to have a conversation.
Yeah, I think honest conversations need to be had about what is coming down the pipe with Donald Trump's economy. If you thought President Biden's economy, right, inflation was through the roof, the pipeline and all that stuff, oh my God, the eggs. If you thought it was expensive under Biden, you really have to start thinking about what's going to be going on under Trump. What I just talked to you about, I don't see that as prices going down. I see that as prices got no other way but to go up. Well, and I haven't even gotten into the tariffs yet. But I think if you combine tariffs and mass deportations, Mr. and Mrs. Wesley Hill, thousands and thousands of dollars going out of your pockets every day while he's in office.
There's this too.
What were the gas prices 4 years ago?
They were not.
What was your grocery bill 4 years ago? What is it now?
Well, to be honest, it's, to me, manageable. Whether we're talking about 4 years ago or today, it's manageable. It's manageable. I would honestly like to get back to when I was in high school, when I used to be able to go and fill up my gas for like $30 or less. I would love to get back to those days, to be quite honest. But I know those days are long behind us. And that's just what happens. And as far as I'm concerned, the value of your house goes up. It never goes down, right?
Right.
And it doesn't matter who the president is. I mean, that's just what was going on.
That's
But
true.
I
But
understand now where we're at is, guess what? What Donald Trump is doing? Tariffs and mass deportations. We're done, bro. We're done, man. All right, now, there's somebody in my chat that said they wanted to get up here and talk to you. All right, I want to make sure you are okay with that. All right, let's go, lady.
Go for it.
All right, and then we're gonna try to move things along. All right, I'm doing the best that I can, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Q Dog. Welcome. How are you doing, bro?
Hey, good morning, bro. How you doing?
Yeah. Yes.
I want to start with the first words of confrontation. When this communication began, when your guest came up on live. I want to set some records straight in reference to percentages when it comes to people that are want to be TikTok friendly, ex-offenders. A lot of people, when they talk about the border and whatnot, first thing that they want to demonize is Hispanic people being ex-offenders and so forth. Percentages, 93.6% are men.
Wait, guy, where did you hear that at? Because
Just listen, no heavy lifting, man. 57.5%. This is on the website for convicted felons. 57.1% are white, 16.1% are black, 12.1% are Native Americans, 11.8% Hispanic, and 2.5% other. Now, here's the thing that you may not know about when Zeus was talking about undocumented illegal workers. They come over here and work. I want to say, what was it, 35 billion? Am I correct, Zeus? 35 billion in taxes that they paid into taxes in 2022. Where do you think all that those funds went to? These are taxes that they paid into while they were working, and they had to fill out was it I-9s for their employers, whether it was construction, doing yard work, landscaping, or whatnot. They had to fill out W-9s. I-9s to pay into taxes. $35 billion. Where do you think those funds went to? And what do you think is going to happen when they decide to do this mass deportation and remove the people that are working just to come over here to work? Now, I want to go back a step further, and we want to talk about removing people, immigrants, and people that are not legally in the United States.
It says 100 billion in federal taxes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It increased.
Federal, state, and local taxes in 2022.
Okay. Appreciate you for increasing that and correcting me on that, brother. But it's more so to prove my point that the original people of this land, and it goes all the way back to when they say Christopher Columbus discovered America. How are you going to discover something that's already here? Going back to the slavery times. Let me ask you guys something right quick. Are you familiar with Lloyd's of London?
No, enlighten me.
Okay. Lloyd's of London originally started out in the mid 1800s as a coffee shop and became an insurance company that insured the first slave ships that came over to the Americas. They insured not only the ships if they were damaged, but they insured the cargo. I'm quite sure, without me having to tell you, you know what the cargo was.
Yep.
Okay. one of the largest investors till this day, and you don't have to take my word for it. You could go look it up for yourself. Lloyd's of London. They are actually apologizing till this day for being a part of this. One of their largest investors. Want to take a wild guess of who it is? It's a news platform.
Okay.
You want to take a guess? Quick guess.
CNN.
No, ma'am.
No, baby, no.
Who does Trump use?
Who does Trump use
for his media outtake? Who does he basically?
He's
go?
X. Because Elon bought that.
I don't think Trump uses anything.
He uses Fox News. 21st Century Fox is one of their largest investors till today.
Well, I'm not trying to. I'll let you make your point.
Well, I say this to say this. When you're voting for someone without researching their past and researching their past, it without sounding egregious or anything, it's like you're ignorant to the fact of, and not I'm trying to disrespect you or anything, but if you don't know that you're ignorant to the fact of who you're voting for, and
well, the thing is about that,
who he represents. So
okay, Trump was in office for 4 years, man, and so you can call me ignorant, but I seen the way this country was run when he was in office, and I see the way that it's been ran since then. And so you can call me ignorant of facts, but I don't know if you know the definition of ignorance. Ignorance is it's not calling someone stupid. Ignorant is ignorance means that you don't understand the facts that have happened in the past. I know what has happened in this country. And when Trump was president, I know the way that things were at that time. And I see how they've went since then. So if you want to call me ignorant.
But did you not hear me? I just said what you just repeated. I didn't call you ignorant to disrespect you. I called you ignorant to the fact of you did not know his past and where he came from and where.
Okay, what's his past? What are you talking about? His past and where he came from?
Okay. Do you know the words that he utilized back in 1989 in an interview?
Tell me.
His very words were, I can run as a Republican and win because Republicans are the dumbest people on the face of this earth. These are words that are coming strictly out of this man's mouth, belittling people like yourself as Americans, but you're on the side of Republicans. Nothing wrong with that, but he's basically spitting in your face, telling you,
he did also say he likes the uneducated. He likes the poorly uneducated.
Oh yeah, so
yeah.
So you're basically telling me that I'm a moron for voting for Trump.
Well, don't take my words. These are words that came out of this man's mouth.
Hold on. Wesley, what we want to do is be able to, at least if we quote Donald Trump or we give you information, we don't want to get into the identity politics, right? It is what it is.
No, Democrats are never about identity politics. No.
Well, but if we quote what Trump says, right, you can't then turn around and say, well, are you trying to say this about me? We don't. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why Trump says what he says. I mean, you could tell me. Maybe your way of asking it should be, are you saying Trump thinks I'm a moron? That might be the better way of saying the question. Does that make sense? Because we're not saying it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not calling you that because I don't know you from Adam. I'm just saying the things that it seems like, and I'm not even going to put it on the sides of Democrats and Republicans. I'm just putting it on the side of an intelligent person that's listening to what this man is saying, and I'm not going to let it subliminally influence my mind to say, oh, that didn't just happen. It's almost like you watching something that's horrific on TV and you can't unwatch what you watched. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand is this man is belittling he's belittling everybody. It's not just one side or the other. He's belittling everybody. But for some reason,
No,
I'm so
slow
let me
that when
finish.
you,
Let me finish.
I gotta
said
play
the
it.
word subliminally, you got me lost, man.
Hold
Because
on,
I'm so
Wesley.
slow,
Okay.
I
Wesley,
don't even know what
let
the hell
me
you're
let me
talking
play it. Let me play it for you,
Play it
Wesley.
for
Let me
him,
play this for you.
We won the evangelicals. We won with young. We won with old. We won with highly educated. We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. We're the smartest people. We're the most loyal people. And you know what I really am happy about? Because I've been saying it for a long time. 46% with the Hispanics. 46%. Number one with Hispanics.
I'm done. So you heard what he said, right? He loves the poor.
That proves your
Yeah.
point. What?
And how? What point are you proving here?
Okay,
That proves your point. How?
he's trying to prove a point that he's utilizing being a racist person to say, oh yeah, we got the Hispanic.
You show me how he's ever been racist.
Hold on. You answer me a question. Let me finish.
Wait, prove that.
Hold on. Time out.
How's he ever been racist?
Time out, ma'am. We can all sing together, but we can't talk together.
Yeah, we can
You
sing
ask me a
together,
question-
man.
You ask me a question. Let me answer the question
Go ahead.
for you. No heavy lifting. Okay, so here's the point that I'm trying to get to you. His parents, his father, for one, back in the 30s, was arrested for being affiliated by the Triple Ks, with the Triple Ks. His slogan that he uses to this day, "Make America Great Again." Do you know where that came from?
No.
Look it up. It came from the Triple Ks.
I know what he's talking about.
They have a banner. They have a banner, a picture of them in white hooded sheets. Make America Great Again. This is probably back in the 1930s and 1940s. And a lot of people don't realize everything that he says or whatnot either comes from the Triple Ks or Smittler. But the ones that don't want to be a part of his shenanigans, they actually do the research and digging. And here's a thing that I find.
I don't think you've done much digging into
Biden. I
Biden.
find with people that are MAGA and Trump supporters, because there's a difference. They don't research for themselves. They take what's given to them by Fox News, and
That's the
because
problem.
that's one of the.
Wait a minute. Shut up.
That's the problem.
Wait a
Listen to
minute.
whatever happens on the
Do
media.
you understand that Fox has 73% of news coverage now? And okay,
Do you
between
understand that
MSNBC,
Fox is one of the
CNN, and
most
ABC
racist?
have the other
Thank you,
27%?
Did you hear what I said? That because Fox is one of the most racist news platforms in the
How are
United
they
States.
racist? How are they racist?
I just gave it to you, sir. They back a company that insured the slave ships that came over to the United States.
Good Lord.
Are you serious? Now you're telling me, let me ask you a question. Would
Lord
you
have mercy.
invest your money? Hold on 1 second. Would you invest your money into a company that had people on auction blocks of color, that had people of color in chains, that had people on the back of wagons tied, hog-tied and drugged away from their families? Would you invest your money into a company that insured people like that, that did people like that? Are you a person that agrees with everything that the Triple Ks do?
Look,
Do
dude,
you? It's a yes or no question.
No.
Okay,
But-
then. So explain to me
You
why
have
would
no
you-
idea.
Explain to me why would you vote for somebody who does?
I will.
He never denounced.
Guess what? My best friend, which is a black guy,
You know
voted
what?
for Trump.
Let me stop you
Is
right
he a
there.
dumbass too? Because he voted
let me
for
stop
Trump?
you right
Well,
there.
listen.
Let
How
me
about
stop
this?
you right there.
I gotta move it on. We gotta move it on. I
Give
mean,
me
we can
one-
do this
one
all
quick-
morning.
one
Go
quick
ahead,
second, Zeus.
make your point, and then we'll move it
number
on.
one thing, the number one thing, and I'm not calling you racist, brother, but the number
I'm
one
not
thing
racist,
that
I
racist,
promise you. My
no,
best
the
friend's
number
a
one
black dude I
thing.
work with.
Stop for a minute. The number
Go ahead.
one thing that racist people do is, oh, I got one black friend, or I got
God.
got two black friends. It's
Seriously,
like,
you're going to go there?
I'm going there full feet.
So
I'm going there full feet because the thing is, this whole live, I called you brother. I not once in this live or any other time say count on one hand how many white folks I got as friends.
Well, I'm not.
Are you serious?
Okay, is it okay that my daughter has a boyfriend that's
Don't-
black?
don't-
I'm okay with him too.
We're
Is
not
that
going
wrong?
down that
Okay.
rabbit hole, brother. You've
Lord.
already made your statement of what you said. You can't back out of that. You can't rewind what you just said.
Do you? Let me
What did
ask
I
this
just say?
question,
What did I say that I can't rewind?
Wesley. It's a lot going on up here.
It's
I can't.
a
We
lot,
can't.
brother.
I can't fix it all in
can't.
one show.
I can't nobody fix it all.
All right,
man.
but
the thing
listen,
is,
Q Dog, I got to bring Shay up, brother. All right, and then we're going to
No
do
doubt.
what we got to do. What a
I want
great
you to know
Q Dog
that-
is. He's trying to reach through the screen in the way that we can and connect with you. But as you can see, your defenses are up, and you're recognizing that you got a lot of work to do, especially
I've got a lot of work to do.
Well, when you say things
what
like
work
that,
do you deal with this page?
When I'm
Because
saying
you just
things like
created
what?
this page yesterday.
yeah, I got it. Because maybe we are not getting it to you, all right. But what I appreciate is at least you and your wife. It's a 2-for-1 special this morning. Are having this tough conversation.
I
And I-
appreciate it. An
'Cause I know-
honest conversation.
I know you might have a black friend, and you might your daughter might be dating someone black.
There's more than one.
But I know they won't be able to have this direct conversation with you the way Q Dog and I are. But they probably want to say the things Q Dog and I are saying to you. I just want you to
Only
be
thing
aware
I
of
got-
that.
Last thing I got to say, brother, and Zeus knows where I'm going with this. If you got to count how many black friends that you have, and make it known, that's a problem, brother. That is a problem.
Seriously, you going there?
So you got to take the words of Michael Jackson and
Wait.
look at
No,
the
no,
man
no.
in the mirror. Look at the man in the
That's
mirror.
That's a good way. Michael Jackson, "Man in the Mirror," great song.
You gotta
Look at the
look
man
that.
in the mirror.
You gotta take that.
Okay,
you gotta
so-
take the words of that song, "The Man in the Mirror," and look at it and say, "What am I doing wrong?" If I'm telling you that as a black man that's offensive, you need to take heed of it and say, you know what? Let me think.
Well, listen, man, I'm gonna tell you.
All right.
I do have black friends.
tell you
and
right
I don't
now.
want to offend them.
All right,
You
now I
can
gotta
call
move
me
on, Q
racist
Dog. I gotta
because
bring
I told
Shay
you I
up,
have a
brother.
black friend.
No doubt.
Hold on, Wesley. W in the chat for Q Dog. All right, you know what he does day in and day out, religiously getting the truth out here. All right, and we got to push back against stuff like this. All right, thank you, Q Dog. All right, I wish I could go a lot
Because I said
longer,
I have
bro.
a black friend, I'm racist.
No. All right, lady. All right. Now let me bring up my next panelist. All right, Shay. Shay's really also she's another frequent flyer on the show. All right, so maybe she can get through to you. All right, and then after this, I honestly got to keep moving
I
along.
think you dropped
Oh,
it.
Wesley!
Bring
Wesley,
drop
come back
me.
up here, Wesley. Sorry.
Bring him back up. Bring him back up and drop me, Zeus.
All right. Sorry, Wesley. Send me put another
I
chat in.
speak white Southern speak, so I'll
Wesley, I'm so sorry. Don't blame me. It's TikTok. Wesley, send Zeus a guest request. I wasn't done. Mr. and Mrs. Wesley, send Zeus another guest request, or put your name in the chat so I can see you. All right, I wasn't done. I apologize. It was a glitch. How are you doing, Shay?
I'm good. I am good.
Wesley,
yeah.
where did you go? Mr. and Mrs. Wesley. I don't see them.
No. Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And that was what do you think about that though, Shay?
I mean, it is how do I say this and sort of be politically correct, or should I go nutty professor? It's typical. I'm just going to put it that way. It's typical, of Southern people in just how they're taught to think. They keep in smaller communities, they don't really branch outside, even if they find one or two and have a couple of black friends.
Right.
You don't ever say that, guys. You don't ever say, I have a black friend, my daughter married a black guy, or I don't see color. This is not something that does not justify or take away in any way that you may be a racist. It just doesn't.
Exactly. Where is Wesley at? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Wesley Hill, please, I need to finish up this conversation before I move on. Put a 1 in the chat so I can see you and bring you back up. All right. Don't try to evade accountability. All right. We were making a lot of progress with these two. All right. I mean, they were fighting us, Shay. They were fighting us. All right. Send another guest request and I will bring you right back up here. What on earth? All right. There we go. Let's see if we have. Oh, no, I don't see them. I don't see them.
Personally love how he told his wife to shut up. That was impressive. I have been with my husband almost 28 years. He has never told me to shut up. He may have wanted to, but he wouldn't dare do that. I mean, like, what in the world? Like,
there we go. There we go. I knew Wesley. I knew you would come back. All right. Thank you for coming back. I do acknowledge I dropped the wrong person. All right. But welcome back. All right.
Okay.
All right. You and Mrs. Wesley are still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Did you hear what Shay was saying to you? She
I
might be able to get it across it better than me and Q Dog, because I understand that was a lot to deal with. You had 2 brothers on you.
Yeah.
All right, Shaq and Kobe. I get that. So maybe Shay can help get it across to you. All right.
I mean, I guess, Wesley, do you not believe that racism or systemic racism still exists in this country?
I do believe that racism exists.
Okay.
But I
You
do
believe
believe
that
that
systemic
it exists
racism
on both
exists?
sides. Do what?
No, it can't be. So here's what happens, Wesley, and I don't
Well,
blame
it
you
can't
for
be
not
that
knowing
it's on
this.
both sides. So
No.
black people can't be
No.
racist.
No, they can be bigoted. They can be discriminatory. They can be prejudiced.
What?
Let me explain it to you, Wesley. Here's the
Okay,
deal.
explain it to me
I get
because
it.
I'm so.
No, I
I'm a
understand.
Southerner and I'm so stupid. I didn't heard
Wesley, Wesley,
I'm a
come on
Southerner
now.
as well, and I'm not stupid. So
Let's not do that,
I live
Wesley.
in Texas, grown up and raised in Houston, Texas. So I'm a Southerner as well. So no, I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to tell you is that Wesley, the racist word is thrown around way too much. And it's
I agree.
often misunderstood exactly what racism means. There's bigotry, discrimination, there's prejudice, right? There's straight out hate, right? There's xenophobia. You don't like other people around you. They don't speak your language. There's all these other stuff, right? But racism, sir, is a system, right? So when you think of capitalism, socialism, communism, any of the isms, right? Those are systems. So racism is a system based on oppression and gained by the people in power. So when we talk about racism, that's why we say only the Caucasian persuasion or the YT race, right, is they are prominently, they've always been the ones in power, correct, in this nation. Like there has never been any laws in our entire nation, including our Constitution, that was ever written against a white person or a white man, right? There's never been laws in the book that say a white man can't go here, right? And I think we'd all agree on that. So this
We have to agree on that, because unless you can produce some information
Well, you
out
grew
there
up
that
in
I
the
haven't been
South.
privy to.
Your parents knew about Jim Crow laws,
wait a
right? We
minute.
all grew up where our parents
think you
lived in
don't
the
know
Jim
history.
Crow era.
I think you don't know history.
No, whoa, okay.
White people were enslaved by black people. Do you not realize that?
What?
What? Yeah, you need to do your history.
Oh, sir, I'm a history professor. What are you talking about? No
Okay,
white
well,
people were ever enslaved.
Professor, you do not know history. You need to
Yes,
look.
I do. Are you talking about indentured servitude?
I'm just telling.
It's not. They weren't enslaved. They were indentured
They were?
servants, and no black people
Okay,
ever
so-
had white
Wesley,
people working for them, sir.
Wesley. I think this is where you kind of have to recognize
What in the
that
hell?
you've gone way too far, and it's showing. And I don't want to get into identity politics, but it's showing. And you know what it is? There's an elephant in the room, Wesley. Now,
where's the elephant at?
Next to you, in your house. She's trying to get something very important across to you.
When-
If I
when
take
did
your
black
word,
people enslave white people. What period of time in history are you discussing?
Wesley, come on now. When in American history,
I'm not talking about American history.
Oh,
Okay, what country, what time period are you discussing? Like where? Where did this happen?
because I'm open to the fact that maybe they're not teaching the correct version of history in this country. I'm open to that, but in all of my research, sir, I've never heard anyone tell me it's actually the other way, Zeus. It's black people running America. We the ones that went to Africa and enslaved white people. I never heard it that way. So enlighten me, please.
You might ought to do some research on that.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Wesley,
okay.
it never existed.
I might want to do some
And we're
research.
talking about this country, Wesley. So if you're going back to the Roman days or the Greek days, we're going to talk about slavery, and that's a whole different history lesson. But chattel slavery was invented in this country. Chattel slavery, which means you were born into it and could never leave. It was generation to generation to generation. Most slavery was built on you were prisoners of war, you had to pay off debt and things like that. That's more indentured servitude than it was anything else. That's what that was. In this country, it became more of what we call chattel slavery. And that was very, very different. So, yeah, listen, I could do a whole history lesson, but Zeus does not have the time.
We don't have the time. You see how we went from mass deportations to this. I mean, this is what, and it always happens. Whenever I start hitting MAGA in their pocketbooks, we get into the identity politics. And it makes me really concerned as an American, where we're going as a country.
Well,
I believe.
Okay, look.
I just wanted you to hear that part though, because you said something that was very important to me about your best friend is black and your daughter is dating someone black, and so now we're here. Yeah, I believe the information we're talking to you about is stuff they want to say to you. You know, your best black friend and your daughter's boyfriend. They might want to say it to you, but
makes me racist because I tell you my best friend is black. That makes me racist? I've got a black friend, and I happen to mention that, so that makes me racist. Because
no, I don't want. See, that's identity politics. I think
tokenizing your friend. It has nothing to do with you being racist. That's the thing that most people don't understand.
Look, I've got a black friend.
Quantify that you have a black friend, therefore it removes you from any sort of feelings of understanding of racism. That's not okay. You know.
And Shay, let's be honest with him. Can it also work with other situations, like if we're talking about you have a friend that's gay? That's another way of tokenizing. So it's not limited, Wesley, to just race. All right. What we're trying to help you understand is, from your position of privilege, I assume you're a white guy, right?
So I'm privileged because I'm white. Okay, go ahead.
I said I'm assuming you are, but I don't know. I haven't seen you on camera. There has to be an awareness of how you come across when you operate and you interact with people out here in the real world. So what we're trying to get across to you is, let's just say you and I are at a bar together having some drinks, bro, right? And we're drinking, and maybe I'm the only black guy in there. And you know what happens, and then one thing leads to another, and you shout out something like, "I'm not black, I'm here with Zeus." You understand what that does to me, right?
If somebody attacked you, they would have your back.
Wait a minute. Did you hear what I just said? Because I would consider what he just said an attack. I don't need that. I don't need you using me to get some extra points on your little spreadsheet that you got going on over there.
That's my.
Why don't you? No, because you don't understand. That's how it sounds. Whether or not you're a racist, you're going to have a hard time saying you're not if you say and talk like that to people of color and people not of color that listen to that and understand what the real situation is out here. Do you get that?
No, what you're telling me is, if I have a black friend and I point it out, then I'm a racist for saying that I have a black friend.
I never said that you were a racist. I said it definitely puts that radar, that red dot on you, though. It's going to.
And somebody throw some shit with you.
He would have your
Wait,
back.
man, listen to you two. Okay, this is turning into a lot. Mass deportations
I'm
and
glad
this.
you wouldn't watch a black man get beat up without stepping in. That's
But
very nice of you.
but I need you to think about that, Wesley,
Does
Mr. and Mrs. Wesley. We need you to think about the tokenizing thing and understand. Don't use people just to get points on your spreadsheet that you're keeping, just to make it look like you're
See, that-
something
that-
you're not.
to
That's
me-
not nice. It's not nice. And I would imagine your daughter's boyfriend and your best friend, they would honestly prefer you don't even do that. Let your actions and your behavior and your words validate whatever point it is you're trying to prove. All right? Don't implicate someone else into whatever scenarios you're trying to make someone else believe. Because I'm gonna be honest, you saying it actually makes me not believe it. And that's crazy, right? Because you're trying to get me to believe it. But when you say it like that, I don't believe you.
All right, hold up. Do you
So you
wanna-
got to take that feedback and work on
hold
that.
up. My niece is here right now with her black boyfriend.
Oh God.
Identity politics, but would you like to talk to him because he is here right now? Here, go, Jody.
No, my God.
I don't want to put him in. He's behind
this has
enemies.
gone off. This has
He's
gone
behind enemy lines. I would never. How old is he?
21.
21. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm talking to your, I guess, father, your soon-to-be in-law. All right, if that's
It's
where
a
it goes.
niece now. I thought it was his
Oh.
daughter, but now he said it's his niece.
Wait. Okay. What are we dealing with here?
Right now.
It's his niece, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's his niece, not his daughter.
Oh, okay. Okay. So your niece is dating. Okay. How long have you been a part of the family?
Almost 2 years.
And okay, almost 2 years. All right. Well, I just want to say, I hope all is well. I don't want to put you in a bit of a predicament. All right. So
Yeah.
I gotta be kind. You said, how old are you?
21.
21. Well, how do you know you're in love, I guess?
Huh? What did you say?
How do you know you're in love?
How do I know I'm in love?
Yeah.
You may not be, Zeus. Don't put him on the spot now. Come on now.
Well, okay, you don't got to give me an answer. They're saying I'm being too rough, all right? Well, listen, bro, it was a pleasure to meet you, all right? But they said I can't do it. All right? And I'm a man of my word. I gotta do what the people say, all right? I gotta be nice, all right? But what I want you to do is do us all a huge favor. Always be honest, all right? And if that sometimes costs you things like maybe relationships, it's probably better that you at least.
Let's ask him this question, Zeus.
All right, please.
When we talk about whether they think racism exists or
Uh-oh.
not, so have you ever had an honest communication with your girlfriend's uncle about racism, like anything you may have experienced in your life? Or any stories that your parents have told you, your grandparents have told you, because a lot of these stories are passed down from the older generations to the younger ones. Have you ever had a true, honest communication with them, or do you not feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, I have had a communication
Okay.
with him.
All right.
Do
All
they
right. I
listen?
take your
Do they
word.
Understand?
I take
Have
it.
y'all ever talked about George Floyd, or have you ever talked about Ahmaud Arbery? Have you ever talked about any
Yeah.
of the
Well,
systemic
that's good.
issues?
That's good. That's good. That is good. And just I appreciate you having the courage to do that. All right. Now listen, we have to move things along. All right. But I appreciate you, sir, getting on here and having your uncle's back, so to speak. All right. We are making progress in more ways than you can imagine. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good one, and then go ahead and put him back on the phone real quick. All right.
Treat you well.
I'm back.
All right. You know what? I think Zeus and Shay and Q Dog, I think we've done a lot of work this morning on TikTok, all right? And so we're gonna have to move it along, all right?
Man, I'm sorry for holding y'all up, but I want you to know, yes, racism is real. I am not racist just because I think differently. If we don't have the same viewpoints on everything, it is what it is.
Will you at least reconsider your position on some of the things that we've discussed with you, especially around that, the word tokenizing at least? you should honestly at least reconsider your position on that. Based on the scenario I described to you when I said if you and I go to the bar and you pull that on me, I'm not really going to be happy. I won't be happy with you if you do anything like that with me around. You keep that, whatever it is you trying to prove, whatever you're trying to prove. It's almost like you get caught cheating on your wife in a way, and then you go, Zeus, I was with you. Don't you dare. You man up and take your whooping yourself. Don't bring me into it. That's the only thing I need you to be really focused on. And then the other thing was, I need you to also understand Donald Trump is going to bring up those prices on those groceries, and we're heading towards a 1929 depression.
You want to tell me to man up? Come on, man.
I just did. You shouldn't. You don't need another person to bail you out of any situation as a man.
No, I don't.
So don't bring up other people and don't do that.
Okay.
You feel like you have a right to do it, and what we're trying to tell you is, yeah, you have a right, but it's wrong.
Okay, so as a white man, I can't say I have a black friend because that's going to get me in trouble. Because if
simply put,
the fact that I have a black friend,
it's not an important thing to say, Wesley. It's not going to get you in trouble. It doesn't negate anything, is what we're saying. It's tokenizing. It's showing like, oh, well, I can't be because I have this. It's not true. That doesn't negate anything. Just because you might like the guy because he thinks like you or votes like you or whatever else it is, but you may also have some other preconceived notions.
Well, and then you know what? I thought about something, Wesley. You have. See, that makes it seem like you own something and possess something. And I don't think that's the impression you want people to have of you if you are truly anti-racist, correct?
What are you on the
I am absolutely anti-racist. I am not racist whatsoever.
Okay, so don't say you own anybody. Simple. Otherwise, you're going to sound like a slaver. And I got to move it on now, Wesley.
Lord, my God.
Yeah, but I had to say it. You listen, I wanted to be so nice to you, and I am, and I think that was just, I had to be direct with you. That's slaver language.
That to your employer? That's a great question, Q-Dog. Would you say that to your employer?
Yes.
Would I say what to my employer?
Ma'am, what was that?
Huh?
What would you say?
Who does he own?
He said he has a black friend. That means he, in his mind, believes he owns or possesses this person.
Oh my God, you people are crazy.
There's not only one friend.
Wesley, do the work and get better, all right? I got to moving on. But I hope you continue to come back to this show.
Too, because
No, I'm good. I voted for Kamala. We voted for Kamala Harris, so we're fine.
Good for you. I'm glad that y'all lost.
Okay.
It was talking to you.
No, we didn't lose by that much.
No. People are crazy.
Yeah, well, Wesley, I got something for you, all right? Thank you for you and your wife. Hope to see you around and hope you're learning. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to take care of business, ladies and gentlemen. That was Wesley.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That was
Still waters run deep, right? Wesley, I'm going to purge the MAGA demon from you, all right? Because the elephant in the room and the identity politics is just so much. I'm going to send you to the lake of fire to purge that MAGA demon out of you, Wesley. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for Wesley and Mrs. Wesley.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
We tried.
It's painful. No, it's painful to misunderstand when we say don't tokenize. This is why we say this. It doesn't negate anything. You don't go around saying, oh, I love dogs, but I have a cat. Like, I don't, it just doesn't make sense. But they do that all the time because the problem is that when they think of someone that's racist, they think of the pointed hat guys and all of this, and burning crosses and all that kind of stuff. So in their eyes, they've been told, I'm a good person. I'm a Christian. I treat people well. So therefore I cannot be racist. That's not what that is. And that's the thing is like, you have to dig in to understand, have actual real conversations and be willing to be educated.
Exactly.
And that's all it is. Just be willing to be educated.
Thank you. Thank you.
It just doesn't make, and that's all it is. But they're just deep down into what this is, and they have certain, visuals when someone says racism. And it's just, that's why I asked the young man if he's ever had real conversations with his, girlfriend's uncle about the issues that are systemic within the Black community and the things that they face on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And something maybe, and that's the thing. And if
But
they
you see-
have had honest communication about it, I think that's great.
But you know what it is, though? Why do we always end up in racism when we start talking about mass deportations? I just can't understand how a conversation always goes there. But
Yeah, because they're like, well, I don't feel this way about them because they're brown skin.
oh, you're connecting the dots. Got it. So, oh wow, this country, as far as I can look what Trump did, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Donald Trump a round of boos and shame. Look at what he did. Most divisive. This is what Donald Trump's America's all about. All right.
Because all we're ever saying, guys, it's what you say. It's not what you do, it's what you say. And it can be what you do as well. And so when we talk about why is the focus always the southern border, always, and never discussed in any other way. People breaking visas, come in here for student visas. It's never discussed. It's always about the border, the southern border. Therefore, we know that the agenda is based on, and they said it so much out loud, the poisoning of the blood of our country, the lessening of white people in our nation, the browning of our nation. That's why. And the fact that you don't see it because you buy into this rhetoric that it's criminals and Laken Riley and all this other stuff, is that you need to understand what they are saying to you as to why they're pushing such a heavy narrative against the southern border and not against all the other ways that people do come in here illegally, quote unquote, right?
Thank
Air
you.
quotes. Okay.
Thank you.
And that's why we say that kind of stuff is pushing a white supremacist agenda. And that is a fact as to what is going on in this narratives that you're being told and you're buying into it. So it's just, it's sad. And maybe you don't get because you're just so angry about certain things. You don't like what you're seeing and you've been told that this is what's happening, but you're not understanding by demonizing a set of people. It's going to get really ugly in my state. It's going to get real ugly.
Thank you.
And
Thank
it's
you.
just sad to see what's going to happen.
All right.
And a lot of innocent people are going to get wrapped up in it. And it's just sad, just based on their skin color alone.
All right.
Just
All
by
right.
the way they look. Oh God, I can't believe we're still here, people. Anyway, thanks, Zeus. Love you
All
guys.
right,
Hope
all
you guys
right.
have a wonderful day in the kingdom.
Fair enough, ladies and gentlemen. W. Shay in the chat. W. Shay. Wow, you're out here. You're a crowd favorite. Thank you so much, Shay. Wow, W. Cabria. Look at that. Showing Shay some love.
Thank you for everything you do, man. Love listening to you.
Yeah. All right. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are addressing some serious issues in this country. And it's tough. I get it. A lot of the information, a lot of the conversations that we end up somehow ending up in on this live, they're definitely difficult. But I also say that's what makes this platform pretty unique, right? You just never, ever know who's going to get in the box and where the conversation may go. But I see some Trump supporters are clearly triggered. Maybe you didn't hear me at the top of the show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Bingo.
If you're not happy
Shay-Loo.
in the U.S.,
Thank you.
you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Thank you, Shay-Loo.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. But to be quite honest, though, I do think the previous guest, I think he's going to do what a lot of people do. They're going to reflect on this conversation. All right, W in the chat. They're going to reflect on this conversation, and they're going to realize, I do think what I heard today was something I've never heard before at that level, and I might need to dial it back. That's the hope that I have. But if not, then you know what? Like I said, you're going to find out the hard way, because it's like I've been saying, you Trump supporters, you have no idea what you've gotten yourselves into. You might think you're winning right now, but there's a thing, right? The same thing that used to make you laugh, it'll make you cry. All right. It's a crime to cross the border. I can't understand why people can't comprehend that. Samantha, did you vote for Donald Trump? Samantha, did you vote for Donald Trump? Because I can help you understand that if you don't mind. If you don't mind. All right, Samantha, please come on up here. We'll take care of you. We'll lower your taxes and we'll drill, baby, drill. All right. Good morning, Nutty. All right. Z-Pac, thank you, Z-Pac. Good morning, Antifa Nutty. Nutty, are you there? Going once, going twice. Oh, I guess Nutty's connection wasn't so strong after all right. Good morning, Stray Facts. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. MAGA Queen, zip it. I don't want to hear a thing you have to say. You're here to learn. Sit down and get your notepad out and take notes. Sorry, Straight Facts.
No worries, because I can understand why MAGA is mad. It took me a minute to try to figure it out. Like, why you guys won the election, so why are you mad? Let me start off by saying this. Racism, let's start with the root word of racism, which is race. And we, as African Americans, did not construct the word race. It was the Portuguese, who AKA are white people. And ism is a system. So if white people started race, and ism is a system, we know that they are the ones who can be racist and not us, because we did not start the racial construct of white and black. Let's start with that first, shall we? And then let's move on to, I like chronological order, because the Wesleys were studied trying to make us believe that Trump did such a good job in those 4 years.
4 years of great times and prosperous times is what Wesley said.
Prosperous times. This is what I'm talking about. See how they'll get together and they'll tell a lie and they'll stick to it. And what happens is, over a period of time, it's whitewashed. That's the same thing I talked about yesterday with Thanksgiving and them saying that they found America when indigenous people were already here. It's the same thing as them saying that the Civil War was about states' rights, when in reality, we all know it was about owning other people. This is the kind of lies that they continue telling themselves. They're steadily telling themselves that Donald Trump was a good president, so they can be okay with being the racist POSs that they actually are. Because you gotta be a racist POS to choose the most unqualified person next to the most qualified black woman. That's why we know that they are racist POSs. Let's start with chronological order. Donald Trump came into office in 2017. Whose economy was that?
Barack Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Let's add that.
Then what about 2018?
That was him.
Barack Obama, right?
Yeah.
So please refresh my memory, Zeus, and tell me when COVID came into play.
Late 2019.
All right. So that gave Donald Trump maybe a year and a half to 2 years to really do anything. But let's not forget that Donald Trump spent almost a whole year golfing. So let's rehash that.
Right.
When you sit up and say that Donald Trump was the best president we ever had, we know that's a doggone lie.
Amen.
I just busted out the chronological evidence of it all. But hold on, Zeus. Let me show you something.
Talk to him straight facts. Give it to him straight facts. They over there crying in the chat right now because you're giving them way too much information, especially these so-called brothers and sisters out there that voted for Trump.
Let's do this. I know you guys can't really see that really good, and it won't fit on my screen without me putting it this way. But if you see, this is a graph of different decades. This is 1980 to 1990. That is white people. Actually, not take that back. That's the wrong graph. Hold on just a second. Hold on just 1 second. Let me get the right one up here because the right one needs to be shown. Hold on just a second. All right, this is a graph of white people and how they have grown the birth rate. So this is the year 1980 to 1990. That was one decade. That was plus 7.5 million people. The next decade, their birth rate went down to 5 point something. This decade, it was only at 1 something.
Oh.
This last decade, which is 2010 to 2020, their numbers are decreasing. They did not even birth enough people. They're losing more people than they're birthing. So let's just be clear here. The reason why they are acting a plumb fool, because they understand that moving forward, they're going to be extinct, just like their brothers, the Neanderthals. So listen.
That's deep. That's deep, straight facts. That's deep work right there. Wow.
They predict by the year 2032, the America will be the browning of America. But let's not forget that YT people only make up 9% of the population worldwide. So I say that to say this. There's nothing that they can do about it. We are coming because we are the blueprint. Black men make black babies no matter who they procreate with, and they are aware of that. And the reason why they took their racist POS's butts down there and picked that doggone button for Trump is because of DEI. He was the worst president we could have ever had, and they picked him because of his skin color.
Wow.
And they know it. We know it just as well as they know it when they get on the plane from Europe and touch down in the United States of America, and all of a sudden they become a white person.
W straight facts in the chat. Straight facts. You're triggering.
Listen,
you're triggering a lot of people.
And let me share one more statistic with you, because numbers don't lie, people do. 13.3% of YT women that are giving birth right now are giving birth to mixed children. One, and if you don't get that number, 1 out of every 6 white T woman has a baby by a black man. Zeus, all we got to do is keep procreating and we'll win. We already winning. I want y'all to have a wonderful day, and thank you for the gifts. And I got to get back to my record job.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, W straight facts in the chat. All right. That's what you call good old-fashioned cooking. Yeah. We're telling the truth like it's never been told before, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I just want to make sure Trump supporters understand. You can play identity politics with us Democrats. We're some of the best people to play identity politics with on this app. But I'm not going to let you get away with it. Those gas prices, those egg prices, the bacon prices are going up because of tariffs and mass deportations. Thank you, Donald Trump. Yeah, thank you, straight facts. They don't, again, I believe a lot of you Trump supporters, you're expecting us Democrats to be angry right now. I'm sitting back and I'm watching. I'm going, ooh wee. Y'all are about to experience hell on earth because of your cult leader. And you don't gotta, I know you don't trust me at all right? But just watch. Just watch. Now, who's the person up there that said Zeus is racist in the chat? Where's that brother at? There was a brother out there that said Zeus is racist. I would love for you to get in the box and put a little meat on the bone and explain to me where I'm being racist at. Because if I am being racist, I'll definitely do some work to get that. Oh, he said there he is. There he is. Good morning, Nutty. How are you doing?
Hey, bring him up if you need to.
Yeah. Come on up here.
Handle that business.
Nutty, stop it. All righty then. Now,
I'm just gonna keep it real brief.
Wait a second, Lucas. Look on Lucas. Now you just Lucas. First of all, bro, you're not gonna get up here and start acting like you're the one with the biggest thing up here. Yeah, you might want to do that, Lucas. You're not going to get up here and act like you're the king of the kingdom. Have you lost your darn mind?
Did he not see my name?
Yeah.
I'm the king.
Well, listen. Woo! What did y'all have this morning?
Listen. Zeus, I just need you to take a quick break.
All right, I will.
I need to talk to the kingdom. Hey, kingdom, I need y'all to tap that screen and let's get up to $250,000. $50,000. See, I just spoke it into existence. I just spoke it for you.
He meant likes. Wow, 250,000. Wow, that's wild.
Hey, dollars is great too. So yeah, get up to 250,000 likes, because my guy Zeus, y'all did not catch what happened to Wile E. Coyote when Zeus stated I'm on the floor laughing, y'all. When Zeus stated the elephant in the room, and he said, well, where's the elephant? And Zeus said, next to you. And nobody caught that.
W Nutty in the chat.
Nobody caught it.
W Nutty in the chat.
You call his old lady an elephant.
Stop it, Nutty. Stop it, Nutty. Nutty, please stop it. Stop. Nutty, I'm very respectful, please.
Well, I ain't.
I wasn't saying that. I was not saying that.
I said it.
You took it like that. You took it like that. That's not what I said. All right, but stop it, you all. Stop cheering Nutty on.
The kingdom heard what I heard. The kingdom heard.
No, I would never do that.
Well, I would.
All right.
I would. Let's just be clear. I would, and I did. So there. So it's done. So listen. Win for Q. Win for Shay.
Oh,
the fact that we had a historian on the panel, and my guy told a historian that she does not know history because his little half of peanut brain could not go beyond what he was told. That's wild to me. He matriculated from the school of racism, and she matriculated from colleges.
Oh.
Not one college, but colleges.
Ooh.
That's plural. That means two. So the fact that he could not comprehend that, and this is what chaps my butthole.
Don't do it.
This is
nasty.
What chaps my butthole. Well, tell the people to stop chapping my butthole.
Wow.
People who haven't been educated in the least have the biggest opinion about things that they do not know, and then to tell people who have matriculated in said subject, tell them that they're wrong.
Yeah.
Now,
that part.
Listen. I actually have a PhD. I actually have a doctorate degree.
Yeah.
In political science. I teach constitutional law.
Thank you.
Which means that I had to take history courses as well. But because I took history courses, that doesn't give me the knowledge more so than a person who actually got degrees in history, like Shay. I learn from Shay on a daily basis. I learn from people who don't even have degrees on a daily basis. So I need for these MAGA demons to stop trying to tell people who have matriculated in their field that they're wrong.
Bingo.
Just because their feelings feel as though they're wrong.
Thank you.
And I need to say to my brother, the nephew.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him nephew.
All right. Go ahead.
Nephew, if you're still listening, I gotta say it low because I don't want nobody to hear it.
Uh-oh.
Get out.
Oh, Nutty! Y'all stop cheering Nutty on. Y'all need to stop cheering Nutty on when he does this kind of stuff. All right, please don't do that, Nutty, because that hit different. You know what it was in Morning Star when she talked about that tear coming out of the eye. See, when you said that, I thought about the tear coming out of the eye, and I said that's not a good thing to see. That's bad.
I don't want my young king, my young brother, to go into the sunken place.
Ooh,
get out, because she may be a good person. But she's bringing you around not so good people.
You don't think there's any good in them? I think that they
no.
Considering where they're from,
no. Because I listen to him. I'm making my opinion based on what he has displayed. I'm judging my opinion based on what he showed me in this live this morning.
Right.
So no. Get out. Get out, bro. Get out.
Never trust again.
Because I don't want you to throw up the white cap, and I don't want you to channel our ancestors, and then our ancestors not come because our ancestors say, we told you to get out. Get out while you're
he got a lot on his shoulders, to be honest. That's why I sense that I just probably shouldn't have that direct conversation about this while he's present. It would put him in a very, very difficult situation.
And thank you for using discernment.
Yeah. Because, we gotta be.
Because my guy seemed he was very respectful. That's number one.
Yeah.
And he sounded really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Q wants to say something, Zeus. I certainly don't mind.
We gotta move it on. We gotta move it on. Zeus is. I'm looking at the time, and Zeus has to move it on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But all right.
Anyway, I won't belabor the time.
Sorry, Q, but I gotta keep it moving, brother. You know how we do.
But my guy, get out.
Yes.
Y'all, listen.
Yes.
Zeus, I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Maybe the statement that you made at the time, I couldn't have taken it that way if you hadn't put it in that precise moment.
Yeah. I did. I mean, it comes to me like that, and when you're in the moment, you just got to kind of strike while the iron is hot, and yeah, it is what it is.
You struck because because I'm listening, and I had to pull over, and I literally got out the car.
Yeah,
and I started rolling on the doggone floor because I'm like,
Well, no, I wouldn't go that far. I think if that's what you took from it, he was doing that. I was just helping him get clarity on what he was saying and how it was not correct. That's what I was trying to help him understand. Because you know what the elephant in the room means. Come on now, Nutty. Come on, Nutty. Knock it off.
Listen, I know what it means. I just know what was said. I'm innocent.
Oh my God. Hey, all right.
Good seeing you, brother. Have a good night.
All right.
Fair night.
Fair enough. W's in the chat for Nutty, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Nutty.
One more thing.
Oh, you guys say something?
How do you tell your wife to shut up in front of all these people? It's bad enough when you are alone with her, but you do it in front of other people? My God.
Thank you. Problematic. He was problematic in a lot of ways, and that's why I said it to her when she went and voted. I think she was like, I gotta do it because he's like right here, but that's not what she wanted to do. I could tell. I saw how she was talking to Zeus. All right, W Nutty in the chat. You caught that too. All right. Let's see. Look at the time. Oh my God. Please, if you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here and we'll talk. All right. You know exactly what we do over here. All right. Good morning, Dolphin. You said you had something you wanted to say quickly. All right. Let's get it out there. Good morning. Put a 1. Yes.
Dear Lord, good morning.
Oh my God. Thank you. Good morning.
I just wanted to come up just for one photo and to correct. I'm so sorry to correct straight facts. God, I feel bad having to do that because I love that woman.
Okay.
First off, the photo in which everybody is talking about. So please, whenever Donald Trump tweets out "America First," this is who he got it from. Just to clarify.
Where is that? Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty.
Yeah. So there's that.
Wow.
And then the economy actually began to tank the last quarter of 2018, the first quarter of 2019.
Oh.
And then C-19 hit. And then the economy just went flat.
So you say that again because it went real fast across a lot of these Trump supporters' heads when it comes to the economy.
My apologies. The economy under Donald Trump began to tank at the last quarter of 2018 and the first quarter of 2019.
Oh.
And then C-19 hit.
Oh.
And boom.
Bam. And we know now, Dolphin, the previous guest, Wesley, 4 years of prosperity under Trump. Do you buy it?
You mean the 2 years that we enjoyed Obama's economy while he went golfing?
Oh. So you don't buy 4 years of prosperity?
Oh, no. And by the way, to the people down there that are like literally asking why it literally began to tank, it's because of Donald Trump's tax cuts that he
Jobs
did.
Act. Yep.
Yeah. See, at the time, y'all thought you were getting a lot of money, because at that time you got that little bit of a bump. But see, after
Not that kind of bump. Tell him, Dolphin.
Began to go down.
Yeah.
And down and down. And we paid more. But you want to know what made me laugh even more?
What's that?
You guys literally thought y'all were saving money. But the tariff war that he started with China
wars.
raised the grocery prices. So those taxes you thought you saved, you actually didn't.
Oh.
You spent it on your groceries.
W Dolphin in the chat. So I'm glad that you brought that up. the tariffs. You're saying the tariffs that he's going to implement again is going to basically make the cost of groceries go up once again.
It's not just groceries; it's everything.
Wow.
I mean, we get precious metals from China that we need to not just China, as a Canada too.
Yeah. Dolphin's not
We
lying.
get nickel. We get nickel.
She's not lying.
Yeah, and we also trade with them for gasoline now.
Yeah.
Because President Biden, because OPEC, he went to them and then, he was like, you know what, F off OPEC, and we started getting our gas trading with Canada.
Thank
And
you.
now you got Donald Trump saying he's gonna annex Canada
Thank
and make
you.
it a new state.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Wow. You see that? So what you're saying is whether it's mass deportations or the tariffs, the prices of groceries, eggs, wood, bacon,
That's
all of
another
the-
one right there.
going up.
Our lumber, I believe it's oak or something like that. Comes from Canada, people.
That part. Tell them, Dolphin. See, and we're not fear mongering. No, you're not fear mongering, are you?
No, I'm speaking facts. And I want to bring up one thing that Keisha brought up like 5 days ago. 'Cause
Oh, wow.
It's stuck in my head.
What did she say?
All y'all are sitting there saying that your tax dollars are paying for these undocumented immigrants to be in this country. Once again, let me correct you. All right? You are not. You want to know who is?
Who?
The other migrants
Oh.
that have been paying into the system
Oh.
for decades.
Oh.
Their taxes literally are paying for those people.
Oh, W Dolphin in the chat.
I'm going to get off now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we're getting nothing but the unadulterated truth. And this is what it's all about. I see a lot of you Trump supporters are still triggered in the chat. Maybe you didn't hear what your leader said, but let me give it to you once again.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Hey, you know who
if
you
you're
are.
not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Bingo. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I can at least try to talk to one more person before I get up out of here. We pay different taxes than undocumented immigrants. Well, listen, alter ego, you know how taxes work. No one's taxes are the exact same. You know how this works. A lot of people got different situations going on, so I wouldn't necessarily make that suggestion. All right? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right, I'll bring you right on up. All right, I get it. A lot of you are in a state of shock. You're panicking right now because you can't make sense out of the fact that alter ego is lying. You can't make sense out of the fact D Goods. I can't send you a direct invite, but won't you go ahead and try to send me a guest request and I'll bring you right on up. You can't make sense out of the fact that you've played yourselves right into Donald Trump's hands. He won. He's not going to be held accountable, and he's going to rip all of you off like you've never been ripped off before. And this is what's coming. I have nightmares. What is this? I have nightmare dreams knowing that Trump is going to be the president. Yeah, but you know what? There's peace. There's peace in knowing Trump's going to be president, right? MAGA will never be able to blame Democrats for what's going on for 4 years, right? There's peace in this. And we're going to also watch them basically tear each other apart, right? Because quiet as it is kept, when you have authoritarian leaders, right? You know what makes things go real bad is when the people in the country can't afford eggs. When they can't afford butter, like what's going on in Russia. You hear what's going on in Russia right now? Their economy, inflation. What is inflation at? What? Super high levels. Interest rate is at like what, 20%? The ruble is crumbling on the daily basis because they're on a war foot economy. Putin got into a relationship with Ukraine that he's wishing he never got into. Yeah, Joe Biden put a number on him by strengthening NATO and helping NATO to, supply Ukraine with weapons to defend themselves, right? So But you can see the people in Russia are not happy with Putin right now. You see what's happening in Georgia. You see what's happening in Syria. It's not easy to keep taking advantage of people when those egg prices and those butter prices, those potato prices, those orange prices are going through the roof. All right. And so this is what's coming when Donald Trump becomes president. His supporters are going to realize, oh my gosh, we made a huge mistake. And they won't be able to go to the Democrats for help because you know what happens, MAGA, when you come to me and you say, Zeus, we should protest, because there's going to be police immunity, right? Especially for you so-called brothers and sisters out there that voted for Trump. Zeus, we should protest. First question, show me who you voted for. All right, and if I see it's Donald Trump, I'm going to say congratulations. Congratulations. All right, because it is what it is at that point. I'm not doing that again. All right, now, yeah, okay. Zeus, we need to get out in the streets and protest Donald Trump using martial law. You know what I'm going to say? Who did you vote for? And if you say Donald Trump, I'm going to say congratulations. Yeah. All right. You get what you get, and don't throw a fit. Tell them, Tinkerbell. Put a 1 in the chat, all right? If you are a Trump supporter, all right, and you feel good about Donald Trump being the president, all right? If you still feel good about Trump being the president, please put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here because I don't know why you will feel good. Even the people at U.S. Steel, they're having a come to Jesus. I call it a come to Zeus moment. Hey, what? You're blocking $1 billion in jobs for American people? I don't buy it. Thank you. I don't buy it. This is what they'll do. Donald Trump, that was a gut punch to my stomach. Why did you do that? Dude, you're so full of it. First of all, you don't know your second and your creator friends just lie. RB, why don't you get in the box and explain to Zeus why you feel the way that you feel, please. And I don't got all morning. As you can see, time is of the essence. All right? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to come up here and defend your daddy. You know how this goes. You know exactly how this goes. Let's see. Let's see who do we have? Everything's going to go up except your paychecks. Yeah, he's not coming up. Lou, I invited you up, and guess what Lou did, ladies and gentlemen? Lou said, you know what? I think I am going to stay in the comment section. So Lou, let me go ahead and take care of business. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the lake of fire for that guest, Lou, all right, who's clearly out to lunch. He doesn't want to get in here and have the real conversation with Big Zeus. All right, but Lou, you know the end is near for you because guess what? You voted for a con man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send him to the lake of fire by giving him a huge round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. Goodbye, Lou.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Well, judging by how Zeus and friends today, we've cooked all the Trump supporters, and there's not any of them out there that wants to get up here and not you. Who is this? Not you, Lulu. There was another one in pink. All right. Judging by the fact that, we've basically destroyed the MAGA demons, MAGA queen, you know exactly what I did this morning, all right? And there's no way around it, all right? Let's see, who do we have right here? We might have one more, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Trump 2024. You want to talk to Big Zeus before I get up out of here? Be my guest. Send a guest request. Let's see. Tinkerbell, I gotta try. When it comes to music, Tinkerbell, you just can't force it. You gotta let it come to you. All right, and that's the hard part, right? Making sure. Yeah, I've cooked them, Cabria. I've cooked them. They don't even want to come up here and have any more tough conversations. All right, D Goods. I really did try to bring you up, D Goods, but it didn't work. I'll bring up Red Wolf. Good morning, Red Wolf. Welcome. How are you doing? Red Wolf, welcome to the show. Oh, you're Lou and you voted blue. Okay, well, I thought otherwise. Red Wolf, I guess I guess there's no red wolf. There's a way. Good morning. How are you doing? There's a way. Good morning. Going once. Going twice. Gone. Wow. There's a way. There's a way. We tried. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Zeus won today. All right. W Zeus in the chat. W Zeus in the chat. I won it today. They know the end is near, and that's because they know that they really are in a situation where a lot of you Trump supporters, you better start living in fear. Because you don't know what's coming with this crazy man, this lunatic, the person you know is a criminal. You don't know what's coming, but it's not going to be good. I'll promise you that. All right. We're not getting any closer to ending any of these so-called wars. We're going to go into World War III, and Donald Trump is probably going to be the one running running things, at least here in the United States. And you know, this guy, all he wants to do is get into wars, right? He's definitely starting a trade war. All right. And that's going to be an issue for a lot of you in your pocketbooks. All right. And so are the mass deportations. Like it or not, you're all in a lot of trouble. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I got to get up out of here. All right. But it was a great show. You all deserve a round of applause. This was some of the easiest work I've ever had to do. This is some of the easiest work. All right. I also want to give a special thank you to the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. You did an outstanding job helping to keep this show on the rails. All right, but I also want to make sure I address my haters, the Zeus haters out there, and you know exactly who you are. But the fake media, they won't tell you this. I'll tell you this. You guys spread misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. You promote hatred, evil, misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, all on behalf of your deranged and corrupt cult leader, Donald J. Trump. Trust me when I tell you this, folks, you're in a lot of trouble. Let's give them a huge round of, you guessed it, boos and shame. We're out of here.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you heard it here first. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. I'm out of here. What a great show. Little Miss W, thank you. Cold as the days, thank you. Scabria, my sister, thank you so much. Amazing show, Big C. Let's go. I see you, Takesha. Hope all is well. It's always a pleasure. Swerving, I know you're here, brother, or it may have been here at one point. All right. MAGA, you're in a lot of trouble. W, heaven. Really good show. Let's go, dot, dot, dot. That's what the song is called, dot, dot, dot. Let's go. Don't Democrats have the most fun on TikTok? Let's be honest. You don't hear us crying. What I'll do is connect the dots. Let's go. Somebody has to connect the dots, and it's me, Big Zeus. Peace out, Lou. Thank you. Thank you. I figured you get it right, Lou. Thank you. All right, W in the chat for all the guests. Dot, dot, dot. Right, Dolphin. Queen, please. Thank you. We got out on time today. Anna Ray, thank you. Stick GT23. Thank you for the lightning bolts. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, hey, hey. Woo! You see me connecting those dots, baby. Another great cast. Thank you. Flower. Yeah. Woo! Queen Lotus. Thank you. Capria, my sister, thank you so much. You are so kind. You don't have to, but you do it. I don't want, I know how it is out there, all right? I know. Let's go, let's go. Hey, Nutty, you're gonna have to quit getting in trouble with Zeus, trying to get me in trouble with you, Nutty. Please knock it off. I get it. All right, I get it. Let's go! Great stuff. Red EV man, thank you. A conservative D, knock it off. You gotta figure out a better way to get people to be a part of what you're doing other than being a nasty person. Let's go! All right. You know what we gotta do, baby. You know, a lot of people get excited, but you know, you want a little drill, drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack.
Kamala Harris
Let's
is
go.
war. She's a radical.
Let's go.
Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be for these guys. We're gonna drill. We're gonna take out so
I'll
much
give you a little
money.
drill,
We're gonna
baby,
pay
drill.
down our debt.
We're gonna
We're
pay down
gonna
your
lower
debt.
your taxes to insane asylums. You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Drill. We're gonna frack. So baby, just a lesson for your energy. Because you know she's gonna bang. You know she's gonna bang king, right? Up her there, she was against fracking, against all the stuff. And all the stuff. And then all the stuff.
Cabria. She said, I like fracking very much. Tell him, Heaven. She can't help it. She's a radical left mark. She can't help it. And we're gonna flip that, and we will frack, and drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drill. And I drill better than anybody else. You know that. Cut it out, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it clean. We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. Here we go. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Like it's Hannibal Lecter. You gotta be able to do it like Hannibal Lecter. Alright? Like it's Hannibal Lecter. Come on, Heaven, you know what we do. Like we do it on the West Coast.
Insane asylums.
There you go. You know
they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. We're gonna pay down.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums.
Insane
You
asylum.
know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal.
There go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill like it's never been drilled before. Yeah, we're gonna lower your debt and we're gonna pay down your taxes. You can't stop it. Alright, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. And stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. I gotta get out of here. See you tomorrow. Same Zeus time. Same Zeus channel. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane